Well, hello everyone. Today is the 7th of September 2019. I'm out having some coffee and going to join some friends. Uh, but I was looking at the comments from my video yesterday on the B'nai Elohim and all of that. And man, I'd sure like to cover all of that material. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the and hello as you come in, and I just needed to cover this real quick this morning. A couple of things. This first being that people who believe in God, and especially that we're children of God, um, they're often accused of making God anthropomorphic, and there are arguments in the scriptures both ways, whether we are whether we're anything like God or we're not. There are arguments on both sides of that issue. Not so much in the Torah, but in the rest of the Bible. And I just want to say this to everybody, okay? It wasn't, yes, men could have created the Torah and claimed that they were in the image of God. Yes, that's possible. But the fact of the matter is, if we look, and this is why I answered some of these people, and I said, I look at the pattern and what's going on, the order that is in the universe. And if we're a pattern of what's in heaven or supposed to be, then that's pretty self evident. And all I'll say is this: no, I'm not making God anthropomorphic. I personally believe that God is making us, just as He said, in His image, diopomorphic. We are in a process of being diopomorphic. That doesn't mean we're going to become God or replace God. But as my arguments on Hillel ben Shakar and all of that, as Lucifer trying to take over from God, he knows that there's something in the program, at least according to the Torah, that there's something to the program about the children and the begotten sons and daughters of God. So I just want to leave that with everyone. Yes, I do believe we are literally in the image of God and that we are in embryo. Not that we're going to replace God. I'm not saying that, but that we, as it says in the New Testament, Jesus Christ is an heir to all that the Father has, and we are joint heirs with Him. That's a pretty important statement. Okay, what I'm really about this morning on this real quick broadcast is, I also saw a comment on gee, I ought to cover this subject more often than I do criticizing the president or politics. And I basically gave that up in June anyway, June 13th, more or less. However, uh, it's hard to it's hard to stay quiet. It is, but people say, why don't you criticize the Democrats more, and why don't you pick on the Democrats? Why don't you pick on Kamala Harris? Look what she did with those people. It's all over Twitter today, because Tucker Carlson, I guess, covered it about Kamala Harris going after the people who did the undercover story on Planned Parenthood, and instead of going after Planned Parenthood for trafficking in body parts and etc., Kamala Harris went after the guy who showed this horrible thing, which shows that Kamala Harris is a demon, and I know a lot about her background from my Republican insider who lives in California. Okay, I know a lot about her. But ladies and gentlemen, why don't I talk about Bernie Sanders more? Why don't I criticize Kamala Harris, Buttigieg, Zeg, whatever the hell his name is? Why don't I spend more time on Obama, on Clinton, and all that? And I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. They do not have a conscience. We're not going to change their mind, and we're not going to change the mind of the people that support them. By and large, maybe a little bit, but not much. That's why I get on Trump, because I hope that if we stay on him, he has a conscience enough that he may act in the proper ways. And it's not working too well. The red flag laws and all this other crap that he's allowing, the surveillance and all of that, it's getting out of control. And no, I don't trust him. You can't trust any politician. But to not hold Trump's feet to the fire, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. I was going to say something else, but the point is, criticizing the Democrats, taking time to do that now, is wasting our time. It's wasting our effort. because they're not going to listen. They're already entrenched in their evil. There's no way you're going to change their mind. Trump, I have hope for. I have hope for other people. Obviously like Gates and Jordan, Rand Paul, and some of our local, good sheriffs and some of our governors and mayors. The Democrats are gone. I've said that. We're totally divided, and there's never going to be a reconciliation. They're evil. They've got an evil side. I don't mean all the Democrats, but the leftist Marxists have taken over the Democrat Party and much of the Republican, actually many of our institutions. Don't waste your effort criticizing them. Let's hold the people's feet to the fire. Pardon about the trucking background. Let's hold the people's feet to the fire that still have a conscience. Otherwise, you're wasting your breath. We've already called all these people to repentance. I have. I've spent most of my life doing it. And they won't. They won't. They are Nineveh, but unrepentant. So instead of being saved, it's all going to go down. It's going to go down. So what side are we on? And when do we stop trying to make somebody else understand when they don't want to? They kill babies, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that. Kamala Harris says that she wants the legislature use of meat to control global warming, which, these people, they want to take away your right to self-defense. They won't take away, Walmart will still keep selling liquor, tobacco. How much does that kill every year? Car dealers are still going to be selling cars. How many do they kill every year? It's like I said, the only way that the government can protect you is to leave you alone, stop messing with the Second Amendment and the First and the Fourth, and submit to the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and let the people protect themselves. Personal responsibility is always the best way. Look, that's all I've got for you this morning. No, I'm not happy with Barr. I'm not happy with anything. I've been tweeting that out. I saw Lou Dobbs last night where he's very upset with the Department of Justice, and rightly so. And as far as Joe diGenova, I don't think he's a fraud. I think he's giving Barr, who's been a friend of his, the benefit of the doubt. But the evidence is that diGenova's not been correct. I got to admit. Could be wrong, but I'm not happy with what's happening. I'm not happy with what's happening, and most of us can't be. But see, diGenova, he's not really in a position of power. And trying to change Barr's attitude, you notice you can't get a hold of him. I mean, you can write the Department of Justice. It's not going to do you any good. If the president isn't going to take this bull by the horns and accept the fact that it's his job, we're on our own, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't going to help to criticize the Democrats. You better just get ready to take yourselves and take care of yourselves completely and defend yourselves as best you can. That's all I got for you this morning. We'll talk some more about some of the spiritual stuff later. Yes, I do believe God made us to be theopomorphic, not that we've made God anthropomorphic. I do believe that's the case, and I believe the order and the things that we see in the world are a manifestation and a testimony to that. Have a great day. Out here for now.